All right, it's Bill here. Here's my thoughts on a Toronto Maple Leafs 6-4 victory over the Florida Panthers. Now, again, late to watch this game. I was at darts and I saw a little bit of it on the screen while we were playing darts, but again, I saw the scores, I saw the goals go in. I didn't know how the team played, so I don't want to do a commentary after just watching highlights. I want to watch the entire game, so I did this morning, and here's my thoughts. Slightly impressed would probably the best way of me saying it. Florida plays a different brand of hockey, which is tough, hitting. I thought the Leafs' three lines matched that intensity for sure. And again, here's where I'll. Okay, the Leafs' defense tonight, the six of them, tried hard. I'm not gonna lie. There's no doubt they tried hard. They're just not good enough. Now, granted, you got Edmondson and you got Benoit coming back, but we'll get into what happens in the game. And I think Keith has a little bit of responsibility here, but we'll get into the game. First of all, starting with the Tavares line, I know he threw up. And I can give you Tavares' stats and Nylander's stats and McMahon's stats tonight. And that's the line that I thought was atrocious and awful to watch. Bogged down. I'll help you out with every one of those one's stats. They start with 0. The next number is a 0. The next number is a 0. McMahon had a +1. Shots on net, you have 0-0 for McMahon, 1 for Nylander, and 3 for Tavares, of which 2 were on a power play. So 2 shots on that line, 5-on-5 play, and they got dominated for the most part from what I saw by the. It was good that Keith was trying to match up the lines, but Tavares in this game, it's clear he's on the wrong side of the puck on every single occasion. Doesn't win a battle. He hands the puck over to their team. What was his turnovers? They probably have 0 turnovers for John Tavares. Don't have turnovers on this site, but he had 3 in the first period. It's just tough to watch. This is you're gonna be playing Florida or Boston or Rangers or Carolina. I don't think Tampa can get in there in the playoffs. And this is what you're gonna throw out. This is just tough. This can't be the second line. It's got to, now granted Marner's out, so maybe it's the third line that you throw Tavares on, but you got to hide him on the wing. I'm begging, pleading. Put him on the wing, hide him on the third and fourth line, and then when the power play, even though the power play was absolutely atrocious, I will give the fact that he does have a skill set to tip stuff in and bang in front, and he does hang in front of the net. You cannot win with him at center. You just can't. It's ridiculous. Anyways, we get into the game. First of all, Nick Robertson, who probably get punished for a couple of the goals at the end. Between him and Nyes were missed some players, although again we'll get into it in just a sec. But Robertson just fast as hell, battle, hands the puck over, makes a mistake, but then quickly jumps on it, forces a mistake by Kulikov, and then Nyes with a beautiful pass. And just a fantastic move on the goalie. There's not a lot of players, so Nick Robertson, if we have a shootout, it's crazy how he was going with speed and it works, and I see how half the people going in a shootout going slow. Go fast. Fast, you're going to get the goalie moving. He's got to be skating backwards, planning on a deke or a shot, and you maybe catch him with a shot or you catch him with a deke like that, but that was a fantastic goal. And then shortly after that, Brody went around, made a nice pass to Matthews, and I don't know what Sam Reinhart was doing there, but that's not how you play defense. I also want to keep in mind, you didn't see this until I watched it today, but Matthews used the body a lot last night. Not to flatten guys with checks. Yeah, Reeves had some beautiful checks. The teams had, everyone was throwing beautiful checks, but I'm not asking Matthews to throw huge body hits into the boards. If you catch a guy, you catch a guy. But what he did on that goal was impressive. He bumped into Reinhart and pushed himself off of Reinhart, and Reinhart didn't battle to get back into position. Gets open, 2-0, 61st goal, broke a record. I guess he's going to keep breaking records until the season's ended. And someone told me it would be a nice joke if he got to 67, and the Leafs all-time leading goal scorer has 67 goals. It would be quite leafy and quite poetic if something like that happened, but I don't know. Anyways, they got a 2-0 lead. They're going into the third period. They get power plays were going against them. And then just a crazy shot, which I guess Samsonov didn't see. Bad goal, makes it 2-1. But shortly after that, beautiful play. Matthews battling on the boards and winning. Matthews was physical tonight. He was very physical tonight. Very impressive. Throws it out front. Bertuzzi with the stick on the ice. Finally, this guy's getting some puck luck. And it's 3-1. And again, from the second period, I thought they played a fantastic second period. They were rolling the lines. Again, the only line you had to jump out of was Tavares' line. Once you got Tavares' line off the ice, the other three lines were going pretty good. And then you got David Kampf getting a, I don't even know how to describe, but just a beautiful goal. And then Matthew Nyes, another beautiful goal. Nice pass by Omberg in the battle with Robertson. And you're up 5-1. Okay. Now, Florida didn't pull the goalie. It was amazing. I think the shots on net were like 14 shots and 5 goals. You really couldn't blame Bobrovsky on any of those goals, if you ask me. They were all tap-ins in front or to a guy who's wide open. You know, like just which goal was he supposed to get, the breakaway or, you know, David Kampf going to the net and roofing it? I thought all 5, like, you don't blame the goalie for that. You just got 5 good goals. Now, last year, Bobrovsky probably stops 3 of those ones in the playoffs, but just good battle. And I'm thinking, this is great. You're going into the third period, and the Leafs do what the Leafs do. Here, I'm going to explain something to Sheldon Keefe. If you could just listen to me for just a second, pal. You do not have the team to play a trap. You do not have the team to hold on to leads. You don't have the players. You can blame Trevelling, ding, 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 all you want. It doesn't matter. You have to know what you have. You do not have a capable defense to play shutdown hockey. They don't have it in them. It's not there. You do not have the forwards to play neutral zone trap, shutdown hockey. They don't have the compete level. They just won't do it. So what you do is you keep playing the same way you do the first 2 periods, which is launch attack offense. If it's in their end, it's tough to score. Now, the New Jersey Devils of the 90s, there's teams right now, can lock it down. You know why? They're big, they're tough, and they battle, and they win board battles. That's how you keep a lead. That's how you protect the lead. You don't get more shots, you just protect the lead. You keep them to the outside, you win all the board battles, and you get the puck out, you dump it in, and you muck. This team is not built for that. So don't coach like they're built for that. It makes no sense. So, of course, the Leafs stay back. They take away, other than the first line, Austin Matthews, Bertuzzi, and Domi seem to have the foot on the pedal for offensive ability, but everyone else just sat back, including the third line that had been doing great offense and then decides to sit back. Robertson, Nyes, and Omberg don't have the ability to shut it down. They don't. They need to keep playing the way they were. Don't play defensive, play aggressive hockey. And the next thing you know, it's 5-2. And it's 5-3. And then you have your fourth line on, and I'm sitting there going, oh, fourth line on with 2 minutes. That's how bad Tavares is, by the way, for all you Tavares lovers. The coach couldn't even put him on the ice with 2 minutes left on the clock. He had to go to the fourth line. Couldn't go to the third line because Nyes and Robertson couldn't cover anyone in front of the zone. He went to the fourth line. Now, they got scored on. It was a bad goal by Samsonov. Let's call it what it was. I didn't think the fourth line played that horribly, to be honest. They lost the draw, neutral zone coverage. The shot comes from the outside. Got to think your goalie's got to have that. Makes it 5-4. And I'm thinking, oh, God, Tavares on the ice. I knew Tavares didn't go on the ice because I knew what the score of the game was at the end, but that would have been the time where if you threw Tavares on, that would have been terrible. And then Matthews. Let's talk about this. Matthews, again, it's kind of a synopsis of everything. He battled. Matthews, here's the problem with the Leafs. Our best offensive center is also our best defensive center. Matthews is fantastic. He battled. He got the puck. Lost the puck. Got it back. Out-battled, I believe it was Reinhardt. Out-battles him. Gets the puck. Tries to make a dipsy doodle. Don't make the dipsy doodle, Austin. Don't just shoot it out of the zone. Way better. Gets caught on the dipsy doodle. Doesn't give up. Grabs the puck back. And fires it down the ice to make it 6-4. 62nd goal of the year. And again, what I liked in this game is the compete level. I liked that the Leafs were being physical. Matthew Nyes went at a guy. I wasn't too keen on that because it was maybe an interference call at the very best. But you're standing up for each other. How can I get freaking ticked off about that? But just thought it was silly to Like, if you're going to drop the gloves, drop the gloves. I know he probably got in there and said, oh, shit, crap, this guy's like 6'6". But, I like the physical pushback for the most part. I like the Matthews. I like Bertuzzi and Domi in these situations, but they're giving it back to them. The McCabe was giving it back to them. Don't take the nonsense. You could see what the Florida Panthers were doing. The Florida Panthers were going out to hit the Leafs' best players. And by the way, they didn't hit John Tavares because they know he's not the best player. They went at Matthews, and Matthews battled through it. Fantastic. There was a couple people that didn't battle through it. One of them with the name William Nylander. This is why William Nylander getting 11.5 makes me puke. Because right off the bat, he had an opportunity and he bails. He knows what Florida's going to do to him. He's bailing at any cost. The only thing Nylander's going to be important in a game against Florida is on the power play. He is not going to be doing good on 5-on-5 because he just bails. He's a chicken crap, doesn't take any hits. Like, trust me, watch the game. Florida is pounding Matthews every time they get him. They're giving him a cross check. They're giving him something. Nylander didn't give him the opportunity. They tried to. They were going after him. And yeah, he had one where he got the puck back, but he was a non-factor in this game at all because physical contact is not where he is going to thrive. It's terrible that we have a player that just can't. I know he does well in the playoffs. I don't get it. Maybe it's power play, but man, oh man, tonight, like, this is not one for the highlight reel. This is one where you show the arbitrator 11.5 million. Are you kidding me? Right off the first shift he had, the guy goes at him. He just bails. The one commentator, so I thought he was going to take him on. There's no way he's going to take him on because he would have got hit. I don't know how to give the right attitude. I don't know how Keefe informed. Like, I guess you have it or you don't have it. But the way that Matthews battled through it, I thought was great. I thought the third line was pretty dominant until the third period when they were told to play defense, which they can't do. So Keefe don't make them play defense. And considering we had Giordano on the lineup, there's one shift where Giordano and Tavares was on the ice, and I think the shot clock's at 51 seconds, Florida offensive zone. So at the end of the day, there's no Giordano's. He's too slow. There's no Giordano going to be in the playoffs, and I'm hoping Keith will put Tavares on the wing once. Let him take the draw and then get on the wing. Let him have the defensive responsibility of a defenseman. Don't let him have defensive responsibility of a forward, a center like Barkov. He's going to get smoked. A center like Braden Point is going to eat him up for lunch. Hell, Pavel Zach has already done it a million times to him. Put him on the wing, protect him. Maybe it's Domi who's got to sacrifice and play center, but someone's got to play center who can skate and stay with the play. Anyways, at the end of the day, it's a 6-4 victory over the Florida Panthers. Really shouldn't complain. For the most part, I'm pretty positive except for that one line. They play Tampa on Wednesday. Let's see how they do.